It's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance inside the state capitol in Carson City. We are joined by Ozzie Fumo. He is a new member of the Nevada State Assembly. And that's my first question. How is it being a new member of the Nevada State Assembly?
You know, it's very interesting. It's different than I thought it was going to be. It's a lot of work hours. I come here.
Really?
I've been an attorney practicing law for 20 years in Las Vegas. I'm used to long hours in court, long hours in the office. But, you know, I get here about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. My first committee is 8 o'clock. We've gone through from 8 o'clock to 11. We have our floor session. I have an afternoon session, meetings in the early evening and meetings in the afternoon between sessions. So the day is jam-packed.
What's very compelling to me about what you're doing is the Nevada State Legislature is a citizens legislature. It's part-time. And so while you were able to put your law practice on hold, I mean, it's never really on hold. Right. And so how do you balance that, sir? That's
a great question. It is a tough balance. I'm fortunate in my practice. I have a partner who's been practicing for 40 years. His name's Tom Pitaro. We have 2 associates that work for us, and we have a great team of people surrounding us. But there are clients that just want you.
Right.
They just want to talk to you. They just want to have an answer back from you. They just want you in court. Fortunately, the legislature many years ago in the 60s passed a bill. It's NRS 1.310, which I got familiar with because I had to move all my cases and appear before these judges and say, look, because I'm at the legislature, they must move the cases back for me till when I get back in June.
Oh,
so
your cases get stayed?
Yeah, they automatically stayed until June. So,
oh my!
And we had
but you do criminal defense?
I do criminal defense.
But you stay a criminal defense matter about speedy trial. And
right?
Stuff like
yeah.
that.
When we have clients like that, I've had to tell them right up front, look, I'm going to be gone until June. So you're going to have to, if you want me to be here, you're going to have to wait, or my partner, or associate, or you.
Right. And what are they saying?
A lot of my clients, they'll wait for me. I've got a handful of clients that are just, I want you to do the trial.
Okay.
And one specifically, the calendar call for the trial came up the first week we were in session. And the judge didn't want to continue it, but went to the chief judge, and she, of course, followed the law and said, you have to. Yeah, we got to continue this off. And fortunately, he was out of custody.
Okay. Well, I got to ask about the new assembly this session. I think that lots of folks presume the Democrats would take control of the assembly this cycle, take it back. Democrats needed, I think, 5 seats. Yes. The Democrats took 10. I mean, that's quite a swing. Yeah. And you were one of them.
It was a statement in Nevada.
Yeah, you were one of them. While the other country was saying different things. I mean, it was a close election presidentially, obviously. But what is it? Tell us what Nevada was saying. I mean, the Senate flipped back to the Dems, went for Mrs. Clinton.
Nevada was blue to the core, from Clinton all the way down to the Assembly.
The U.S. Senate seat went Democrat.
Exactly. The Congress, we took it all. Everybody from top to bottom. And I think that everybody got out, got the vote out. The unions were very involved.
Right.
Teachers were very involved. People that took pride in their community. It seemed like everybody had something to say.
Which begs the question, because while Nevada was going blue, a swing state, other swing states were not, especially in the upper Midwest. And we now have a new administration in Washington that has policies that many Nevadans feel are antithetical, including and especially dealing with the undocumented.
Yes.
And I want to talk to you about that. Nevada has a good number of folks that are of Latino descent, documented or undocumented. What are you hearing about this question of the undocumented, deportations?
It is scaring everybody. America in general is a melting pot. That's why you have the Statute of Liberty. Everybody came here from somewhere else. Unless you're an American Indian, you came here from somewhere else. Nevada is a microcosm of what the United States is. We are a melting pot of every other state and every other country. And Las Vegas, the district I'm from, we are a melting pot as well. And we need the immigrants to come in there. We need the workers.
You're in a kind of unique district, I would say, in that it's now held by a Democrat, you're a Democrat, swing district, upper middle class.
Yes.
So, one could say maybe it's kind of a limousine liberal district.
No, that's a fair statement.
And so what are your constituents who are more well-heeled, lean liberal, what are they saying to you about these issues surrounding immigration questions?
The constituents I've heard from want to make Las Vegas a sanctuary city. They would like to see Nevada become a sanctuary state. Like I said, they are progressive. They are thinking outside the box, and they realize that we need this in the United States. We need this in Las Vegas.
So let's talk about that, because the word sanctuary evokes tremendous emotion on both sides. I actually question the word in that it just sounds as if you're harboring criminals in some way, but that's not what sanctuary status means. What does it mean?
Where if you come here and you're illegal, you can feel safe in our community, and that's really what it is. So it should be a welcoming city for anybody all over the world, not just us.
But that's tricky. I mean, think about that. If you come here and you're illegal, you're safe. I mean, obviously, not if you commit a crime, you're out.
Right.
No one would support that. But, there is something to be said about we have legal processes to come. My grandparents came through Ellis Island. Your grandparents, I believe, came after the Second World War.
Right.
There are ways to get here. And so do we want to take this approach that if you're a non-criminal, undocumented individual, we'll protect you?
I think the way to do it is once you're here, because a lot of people are coming here, they're leaving horrible situations. It's not like you're leaving a great country to come to another great country. You're fleeing war, you're fleeing famine, you're fleeing murder of your family. It's a desperate situation. So when these people get here, rather than sending them back right away, get them through the process where they can become a legal citizen of the United States. Give them that forgiveness and give them that time.
Here's the challenge. We know that Clark County School Board has already declared themselves a safe space, sanctuary, whatever it may be. The Clark County Commission, as we speak today, is looking at that. We have an administration in Washington who has been very clear that he wants, his administration wants to defund any jurisdiction that calls themselves sanctuary or even acts in a way that protects the undocumented. Yeah. How far do you push this, my friend?
Right. A lot of mayors, I was very impressed with the mayors all over the country, from Boston, from New York, from Seattle, and even our own in Las Vegas, saying, look, we don't care if you're going to take away our funding. We are going to be a safe place for people. It's a human element. It's not a financial element. So I don't know if that argument's going to work for them.
We do have a bill pending by the Senate Minority Leader, Mike Roberson, who is looking at preventing any declaration of sanctuary status. I could see it getting some heat. What do you think?
I think it'll spark a conversation. Mm-hmm. I respect Mr. Roberson. I don't agree with him on this bill.
So we know that the lines have been drawn. It's not only drawn on the question of the undocumented, we also know that dreamers are starting to get caught up in this. I believe recently the first dreamer was deported or at least detained. How far do we go with those folks, with individuals that were brought here as children and got legal status through the Obama administration and no longer have it?
What a great question. That's the heartbreaking thing. Mm-hmm. You've got people, these children, they don't know any other community. They don't know any other country. And to rip their parents out of their arms and say, you can stay here, or decide to go with your parents, what kind of Sophie's choice is that? I was watching on one of the news broadcasts last week, a mother was deported out of California. She was here since she was 14 years old. She now has children that are teenagers, and her crime, her violation, was using somebody's social security number when she wanted to get a job. Yeah. Now that money pays into the system. She's never going to get that back, and that was her only crime. If you want to make violent criminals and deport them, that's one thing. Mm-hmm. But someone like that, you've got to make a pathway to
Republican Governor Brian Sandoval of Nevada has said on the record he's opposed to the wall, the border wall. Says a lot. Yeah. Where does Nevada go on that issue?
Fortunately, we don't border Mexico.
Clearly, but to have a Republican governor come out against it, that says a lot.
It does, and I think it's, he's Hispanic as well.
Right.
And I'm sure he has family members and friends and people that he's known that have come here, documented or undocumented, and he sees the unfairness in that. I mean, financially, it's unable to do. Mm-hmm. Physically, it's unable. It's just never going to happen. It's just rhetoric on his part that's just never going to happen.
His name is Ozzie Fumo. He is a member of the Nevada State Assembly. My name is Brad Pomerance in Carson City. It's Local Edition.
That's great.
No, thank you.